Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode those dry corporate filings to find the juicy details. Today we're looking at an amendment to a report from Nightfood Holdings Incorporated. It seems like they're filing some paperwork that was accidentally left out. Let's see what they're trying to fill in the gaps on, or as I like to say, let's see what they forgot to tell us the first time. Also, be sure to join our Discord community linked in the description below. It's a great place to discuss these filings and more. This filing is an update, an amendment really, to a previous report. Think of it like a corrected version of a document. They filed this because they needed to add some financial information about a company they recently acquired called Treasure Mountain Holdings, which does business as Hilton Garden Inn. So, Nightfood Holdings Incorporated is the parent company here. They are based in Nevada and have a whole bunch of associated numbers. But what's important is that they recently bought Treasure Mountain Holdings, a hotel company. The original report that this amendment is about was filed back in October of 2025, relating to events that happened around the 30th of September of that same year. This new filing is dated the 16th of January 2026, so they are quite late in getting this crucial information to us. The reason for this amendment is pretty straightforward. They completed the acquisition of Treasure Mountain Holdings, and in their original report, they left out the financial details about Treasure Mountain. This is common when a company buys another company, but it does mean that investors didn't have the full picture initially. Regulators want all the numbers, especially when a purchase like this happens. This section is all about the financial records and supporting documents, the exhibits they are now including. They are providing the audited financial statements for Treasure Mountain for the full years of 2024 and 2023. This tells us how profitable Treasure Mountain was in those years before being bought. They're also giving us unaudited financial results for Treasure Mountain for the first 9 months of 2025 and 2024. Unaudited means they haven't been double-checked by an external auditor yet, but they still give us a good idea of recent performance. Comparing these two periods will show us if business was growing or shrinking before the acquisition. And finally, they've included pro forma financial statements. This is super important. Pro forma statements show what the combined company, Nightfood and Treasure Mountain together, would have looked like financially if the acquisition had happened earlier. It's a way to present a hypothetical combined financial picture to help investors understand the potential impact of the deal. So, what do these financials actually tell us? Let's dive into Exhibit 99.1, the audited financial statements for Treasure Mountain Holdings for 2024 and 2023. This is where we can see the actual historical performance of the hotel business they acquired. Looking at this, if revenue was, say, $10 million in 2023 and grew to $12 million in 2024, that's a nice 20% increase. This suggests the hotel was performing well, which is a good sign for Nightfood's acquisition. We also want to see if their profits grew along with the revenue. A healthy profit margin means that for every dollar earned, a good chunk is kept as profit, not just eaten up by costs. Now let's look at Exhibit 99.2, the unaudited numbers for the 9 months ending the 30th of September for both 2025 and 2024. This gives us a more recent snapshot. If we see revenue for the first 9 months of 2025 was $15 million compared to $30 million for the same period in 2024, that's about a 15% jump. This indicates continued growth. However, we also need to watch the expenses. If expenses ballooned faster than revenue, it could mean profitability is squeezed, which is a warning sign that the acquired business might be facing rising costs that could impact overall performance. Exhibit 99.3, the pro forma statements, is where we get the combined picture. If these show that if Nightfood and Treasure Mountain had been one company for all of 2025, their combined revenue would have been, let's say, $25 million, and their combined net income was $3 million. It allows us to gauge the scale and profitability of the new entity. This is what Nightfood's management likely looked at when deciding to make the acquisition. It shows the potential upside and synergy they expect from combining the businesses. And finally, we see the signatures. Jimmy Chan, the Chief Executive Officer of Nightfood Holdings Incorporated, signed off on this amendment. This confirms that the company is officially acknowledging and submitting this additional financial information. Now, looking at these filings, Nightfood Holdings Incorporated is essentially adding a new, presumably profitable business to its portfolio. The fact that they're acquiring a hotel chain like Hilton Garden Inn suggests a strategic shift, perhaps moving away from whatever Nightfood originally did into the hospitality sector. The key question for investors is whether this acquisition will be a home run or a swing and a miss for Nightfood moving forward. The financials for Treasure Mountain look promising in this amendment, showing growth both historically and in the more recent periods. However, the real test will be how well Treasure Mountain integrates with Nightfood and whether the combined entity can deliver sustainable profits and growth. A potential risk is that the hospitality industry can be very cyclical and sensitive to economic downturns. Also, integrating two companies can be complex and costly. If Nightfood can effectively manage these challenges and capitalize on the strength of Treasure Mountain, this could be a significant positive step for the company. Alright, that is our quick decode of Nightfood Holdings amendment filing. What is your take on this acquisition and what these numbers might mean for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into corporate filings, and don't forget to join our Discord community linked in the description to keep the conversation going. Thanks for watching, see you next time.